Hare Krishna. So today is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Bhakti theme on the Appearance Day, and as we have been discussing the last 2 days, we continue our discussion with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Yesterday we discussed about the reasons, external reasons for Mahaprabhu's appearance. Why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give Krishna Prem, which is the means to enter into Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. The uniqueness of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance is that he came to distribute Krishna consciousness so that living entities can go back to God. And this Godhead, back to Godhead or spiritual sky has 2 levels, so to speak. Or you can say the spiritual sky has 3 levels. Brahma Jyoti, impersonal bodily effulgence of the Lord, Vaikuntha Loka, and then Goloka. Goloka is beyond Vaikuntha Loka. And the way to enter into Goloka is possible only by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna gave us Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give us access to Golok. And the process of, although Golok Vrindavan is the topmost region of the spiritual sky, the process of entering into Golok is very simple. Going to Vaikuntha is very difficult. Going to Brahma Jyoti is even more difficult. Although Brahma Jyoti is just the outer region of the spiritual sky, but going to enter into Brahma Jyoti is very, very difficult. You have to perform severe austerity. By performing severe austerities, one can enter into Brahma Jyoti. Or another way to enter into Brahma Jyoti is you become a demon and get killed by Krishna, then you go to Brahma. But the chances of attaining Brahma Jyoti in that way is even more obscure, even more rare. By austerities and penances, one can enter into Brahma. But through devotional service, one can go to Vaikuntha. Devotional service executed to Krishna following the rules and regulations of the scriptures is the way to enter into Vaikuntha. Now tell me, what is more difficult? Going to the Himalayas and perform austerity, either Himalayas or in the mountain. It may be closer. And or go to Mandar mountain, or if you have greater capacity, you can go to Meru mountain, Sumeru mountain. So go to the mountains and perform austerities like Hiranyakashipu did. For how many years? So many, such a long time that there was nothing left of his body. The whole body was eaten up by the ants. Only the skeleton was standing there, and that also was covered by an ant hill. So if you are ready to perform such austerities, Yes, you can try to go to Brahmacharya. But rendering devotional service is much easier. Following the rules and regulations, you render devotional service to Krishna. Then you can go to Bhakti. But rendering devotional service in a very special way, following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, you can go to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is even beyond Vaikuntha. But the process of going to Vrindavan is even easier than performing Vaikuntha. Vaidhi Bhakti, just consider, Vaidhi Bhakti means you have to, okay, first thing, you have to get up before 3:30. And even in the winter, you have to take a cold water shower. In Vaidhi Bhakti, no room for hot water bath. Take the water, go to the pond or go to a river and take a tea. No tap water. At the most, you can take the water from a well. And then you have to chant so many mantras. Mantra for waking up the Lord, mantra for cleaning the altar, mantra for offering to the Lord. For every single thing you have to chant mantra and you have to do so many mudras. So that is Vaidhi Bhakti. Have to make 56 offerings, otherwise Krishna won't accept it. That is Vaidhi Bhakti. So it's very difficult. But the process that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, what is the process? Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. Very good. So, even the children know. And even the children can execute. What is the meaning of Hare Nama, Hare Nama? Meaning Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Is there anyone who doesn't know this mantra? All you need is just one mantra. You don't have to chant 64,000 mantras. You don't have to memorize the entire Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. All you have to do is memorize one mantra. So whether you know the mantra? No? Okay. So just one mantra. And you have to chant the mantra all the time. All that you have to do is this, just this. So, the way is so simple, but the destination is the highest region of the spiritual. So in order to give that to us, Krishna came as Sri Chaitanya. And as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared in the son of a Brahmana. When he came as Krishna, he was the son of a king. Although his father was in the prison, but after all he was a Kshatriya. And he also was brought up by a Vaishya. And then later on, Krishna performed so many pastimes. Wonderful pastimes, killing demons. So by just those activities, one would see that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come as Supreme Personality of God. He just came as a devotee. As a devotee, he is teaching us how to become a devotee. And his activities are not so extraordinary like Krishna's activities. Krishna's activities were so wonderful. He was 7 days old, Putana came to kill him. Krishna finished the job. Then Trinavarta came. Shakatasura, Aghasura, Vakasura, then Dhenukasura, Adishthasura, Keshi demon. So all these demons were coming to kill Krishna. But Krishna was killing them just as a little boy. He was killing them one after another. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not display such wonderful qualities. But he was acting like a Brahmana. Like yesterday evening I was describing his wonderful pastimes as a little boy. Like how as a little boy he had his Leela with Shankar, his Ananta Shesh, the snake. Then his pastimes as a little boy. And what did he do as a little boy? He was teasing the girls and he was harassing the old people while they were bathing in the Ganga, meditating upon Krishna. And he went and told them, why are you still look, open your eyes and see the personality you are meditating on is standing in front of you. Now when somebody does that, then people will think, oh, look what is, this boy is so naughty, he's speaking like this. Then he went to the girls and told them, I know what's in your heart. You are going to good husband, huh? That's why you are God worshipping Lord Shiva. But you know, the reality is that Lord Shiva is my servant. So if a little boy speaks like that, what will be our reaction? And not only that, Shiva is my husband, a servant, and Parvati is my maid servant. So there is no need to worship him. Worship me. And in this way, he was performing his pastimes. Then of course, yesterday we discussed about the Brahmana, who was the worshipper of Bal Gopal, and 3 times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ate up his offering. And finally he told him that, look, you are calling me to come and eat, and when I come and eat, you get upset. What kind of a person you are? You invite me to come and eat, and when I eat, then you start screaming. Look, my offering has been spoiled. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed him his formed as a yam, as Balu. And the Brahman could see that he is my worshipper. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grew up a little more, and when he grew up, he finished his studies, he was only about 12 years old. And he opened his own school. Generally, the schools those days used to be in the house of the teacher. The teacher would teach the students in the houses. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so many students that he couldn't accommodate them in his house. So there was a wealthy person, more wealthy Brahman, Hiranya and Govardhan. In their house he started. And it was around that time, there was a big scholar. His name was Keshav Kashmir. Keshav, his name was Keshav. but he came from Kashmir. As a result of that, people used to call him Kashmiri. Keshav Kashmiri. So Keshav Kashmiri was traveling. And he was blessed by Saraswati. That Saraswati would reside in his town. Who is Saraswati? Saraswati is the goddess of learning. All the wisdom is her department. So if you are blessed by Saraswati, that means you have the highest wisdom, the greatest knowledge. So, and as a result of that, no one could defeat him. And he was defeating all the people everywhere. All the big pandits were defeated. Then the last place to conquer, he started from north, Kashmir. So then he defeated all the people in the west. He started to travel south. He traveled all over India. And the last place that he came to conquer is Navadvip. Because Navadvip was the place of learning. So many big, it was known that Navadvip had many big scholars. So this Keshav Kashmiri came to Navadvip. And he challenged the pandits. But Keshav Kashmiri was so famous, his knowledge spread so widely all over. Everybody knew that he defeated all the scholars. And he was a very wealthy man. Like he came with many servants, many assistants, and he had horses, elephants, and he came to Navadvip to defeat the scholars there. But the scholars of Navadvip became so afraid that many of them ran away from Navadvip out of fear of confronting Keshav. And many others were in Navadvip, they didn't come out of their house. If Keshav Kashmiri challenges, then it will be very disgraceful for them to be defeated by him. And Keshav Kashmiri, he was staying on the bank of the Ganges and rented a big house, but he may have built the house because those days really renting business was not there. So Keshav Kashmiri was waiting to defeat the scholars of Navadvip. So in the meantime, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one day was teaching some students on the bank of the Ganges. And Keshav Kashmiri was there on an evening walk. And he saw that this boy is teaching some students. So he went and what did he do? He said, I am Nimai, my name is Nimai. My father is Jagannath Mishra. I live in the... And Keshav Kashmiri asked, so what are you teaching? He said, I'm teaching them grammar. So grammar is the first lesson of Sanskrit study. So first thing that one learns is grammar. Shabdaru, Dhataru, Sandhi. So Keshav Kashmiri asked, oh, so you are my Pandit. He said, well, people call me Pandit out of affection. I'm not really that scholarly. Keshav Kashmiri said, very good, I can see that you are quite humble. And then Chaitanya wanted to challenge. He said, look, I'm 20 years old. Keshav Kashmiri asked, what do you want to hear? So he said, this Ganga that is flowing, so please describe the glory of this Ganga. So Keshav Kashmiri right there composed 100 verses in glorification. 100 verses in about 1 hour's time. That means not even 1 minute, about 40 seconds. So he composed and recited. So what he was reciting was coming out of the poetry. Whatever he was saying was coming out of poetry. So in this way he described the glory of Ganga. And then he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so how do you like it? He said, very impressive. Very impressive. And then he asked, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, okay, you recited the verse. Now please tell me about the qualities and the defects of what you recited. So he said, Keshav Kashmiri said that my composition doesn't have any defects. It's full of quality. And then he quite arrogantly told him, what do you know about ornaments of the poetry? Alankar. You just stood the grammar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, look, I live in Navadvip and I hear people speak of Alankar or ornaments of poetry because there are so many poets here. So just being with them, I know a little bit of Alankar. So yes, no doubt, there are many qualities in your composition, but there are some defects also. So Keshav Kashmiri was very upset. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited one verse from the 100. I think it was 64th verse. And the verse goes, Mahattam Gangayam Sadatam Idam Bhati Nitaram Jadesha Shri Vishnu Charanam Anuttati Suhana Ditya Shri Lakshmiva Suranarendra Archita Charana Bhavani Bharturja Shirashi Vibhavati Adbhuta Guna. Keshav Kashmiri was surprised. He asked, I composed, I recited this verses one after another. How did you memorize this verse? Where was the time to memorize this verse? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very humbly said that just as one can compose like that, sometimes one can also remember. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, so just consider this verse and tell me what are the qualities and what are the defects. And Keshav Kashmiri just pondered over something. No defect. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him that yes, in this verse there are 5 qualities. This verse is composition. And there are 5 defects. Keshav Kashmiri was very angry, very upset. What do you understand? You're just a little brat who teaches some grammar to some young kids, and you're so malicious. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out those 5 defects. And then, so one of the 5 defects is Viruddhamati Bhaktakra. The Viruddhamati, the statement has an opposite meaning. So this is one of the things that I just did. So he, describing Ganga, he used this expression, Bhavani Bharturja Shirashi Vibhavati Adbhuta, which means he actually meant that Bhavani Bhatta, who is Bhavani Bhatta? Bhavani is Durga. And Bhatta means husband. Who is the husband of Durga? Lord Shiva. Shirashi means from his head. So Ganga is emanating from the head of Lord Shiva. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out that you use the expression Bhavani Bhatta as Lord Shiva. So the word Bhavani is coming from Bhava, means Lord Shiva. The wife of Lord Shiva, the wife of Bhava is Bhavani. The wife of Bhava is Bhavani, and Bhatta means her husband. So which means Bhava's wife's husband. As if she has some other husband. So, in this way, he pointed out 5 defects, and Keshav Kashmiri was defeated. Keshav Kashmiri went back home and he started to lament, crying to Saraswati, that you made me become defeated by a young boy, just a boy. So you blessed me that I will not be defeated by you. You will always be there to make me victorious. Then that night, Saraswati Devi appeared in front of Keshav and told him, Keshav, today your learning has reached its perfection. The personality who defeated you is even my Lord, the Supreme Personality. So then Keshav Kashmiri recognized Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in the morning he came to him to defend his faith. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, in an indirect way, he actually established himself as the greatest scholar of India. Because all the scholars of India was defeated by Keshav Kashmiri. He made him defeat everyone. And now he defeated Keshav Kashmiri. So at this young age, about 16, 17, he just defeated Keshav. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a young boy was very arrogant scholar. He used to challenge him. Come. And those who were devotees, they didn't like this attitude of Chaitanya. And sometimes they would run away from him. When they would see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming this way, they would just turn. So one day Srivas Thakur did that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ran after him. He said, why are you avoiding me? Just as you saw me, you turned around and went in other direction. So Srivas Thakur told him, the purpose of knowledge is to become a devotee of Krishna. So instead of becoming a devotee of Krishna, why are you wasting your time in unnecessary debate and argument? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Srivas, someday I'll become such a big devotee that all of you will become completely surprised. And they used to pray that when Chaitanya, then he might become a devotee. Then it will be so wonderful. Then the glory of the Lord will be so wonderful. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to offer Pinda, Lord's prasad to his departed father. It is said that when one offers Pinda in Gaya by his son, that person becomes dead. So he might not be going to Gaya. And he performed his Pinda ceremony for his father. And he got to know that Ishwar Puri was there. He already made Ishwar Puri in Navadvip. And he had a very nice encounter with Ishwar. He could see that Ishwar Puri is such a great devotee. Although he took sannyas in the Mayavad Sampradaya. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then approached Ishwar Puri and begged him for initiation. So after he received initiation, Nimai Pandit was completely transformed. He is all the time chanting, praying, all the time hankering after Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? He became like mad in search of Krishna. So everybody thought that Nimai Pandit became mad. So those who accompanied him, they brought him back to Navadvip. And in Navadvip, everyone was so concerned about him. He was all the time crying, Krishna, Krishna, where are you? Where can I find you, Hey Jagannath? Kaha jao, kaha pao, Gajendra Nanda. Where can I find the son of Nanda Maharaj? Tell me, where should I go to find him? And in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now starting to display his pastimes as a devotee. He became such a great devotee. And he was making everyone attracted to the Sankirtan. He started the Sankirtan movement in Srivastava, in the house of Srivastava. And devotees used to gather there every evening, and throughout the night they used to chant. And during the day he used to go out in Navadvip city performing Sankirtan. So in this way, he started the Sankirtan movement and he instructed. In the meantime, Nityananda Prabhu came. Nityananda Prabhu was born in a place called Ekachakra, which is on the way to North Bengal, north of North. And at the age of 12, he was taken away by a sannyasi and he traveled all over India. And then he went to Vrindavan and he just stayed there, waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to start his Sankirtan. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started the Sankirtan movement, then Nityananda Prabhu came, left Vrindavan and came to Navadvip. It was very wonderful when Nityananda Prabhu met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one morning was with his devotees and he told them that this morning I had a wonderful dream. I saw a personality whose body is like molten. His body was very white. And he had a very powerful body. And I saw that he came to Navadvip. And they say that a dream in the morning comes true. So please go and find that person. So they all went looking for Nityananda Prabhu, but they couldn't find him. They went and reported to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, did you search all the places? Did you look at all the places? They said, yes, we went to everywhere, but we couldn't find such a person. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, let's go. So he went to the house of Nandanacharya. And there Nityananda Prabhu was sitting on the podium. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu met. As if two brothers met after a long separation. And Nityananda Prabhu was already a sannyasi. So after meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu broke his danda. The point was that the purpose of sannyas is to get Krishna. So now that I found Krishna, what's the use of danda? So he broke it. And everyone was surprised because it sounded like a frivolous act. Like sannyas is very serious business. Breaking the danda. Nityananda Prabhu himself broke the danda, so the news reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And he picked up the danda and threw it in the Ganges. Then Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Nityananda Prabhu to spread Krishna. And in the meantime, Haridas Thakur also appeared. Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family, but he was a great devotee of Krishna. He was chanting the holy name all the time. Therefore, he got the title as Namacharya, the Acharya of the holy name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to distribute the holy name, but the Acharya of the holy name was fantastic. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to distribute this Krishna consciousness. So one day they came across, from a distance they saw two very, very powerful looking persons, but their behavior was very abominable. So they found out who they were. They were told that they were the two sons of a very exalted Brahman. The name of this son was Jagadananda and Madhavananda. So in short, people used to call them Jagai and Madhavananda. So they, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Haridas, this, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. This Jagai and Madhai were so sinful that there is no sin that they did not commit. They have committed all the sins. They were so sinful. And they were like two bandits. Although they were the police chief there. The Muslim Nawab made them the chief of police. So these two persons were always drunk and they were always killing people, looting people. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Haridas, if these two persons, if we can convert these two persons into devotees, that will be the real glory of Chaitanya. Because people will say this, demons have become devotees. The most impossible individuals have taken to Krishna. So, thinking that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagai and said, my dear brothers, please chant the holy name to achieve the perfection. But instead of accepting the holy name, what did Jagai Madai did? They said, this guy came to give us advice. Kill him. So when they screamed like that, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur ran from there. They ran. And Jagai and Madai also started chasing them. Maybe it was a little difficult for them to chase because Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu was completely sober while they were completely drunk. So, but still, they were powerful individuals, so they were running after them. And they were screaming, catch them and we'll kill them. They dared to give us advice. Like, they came to give us advice, do this, do that. They don't realize. We give everybody. We don't take advice from them. We don't take instruction from them. So at that time, Jagai, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur they came across one potter's shop, clay pot maker's shop. And these big clay pots and water pots, they are stacked up. They're big stack. So they went and hid behind those stacks of water pots. And Jagai and Madai couldn't find them. So when Jagai and Madai shoot ahead, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur came out and they went and reported to Chaitanya. Every day they used to report to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu what they have done. And Haridas Thakur went and reported what they had done. He said, this crazy man decided to advise these two demons whom people are so afraid that they don't even want to go anywhere near them. And he gave them advice that become a devotee of the Lord. And when we tried to do that, they chased us. If they caught us, then we would have been killed. They were such ferocious people. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased to hear. Haridas Thakur kept on complaining that this person is completely mad. He goes to the Ganges where there are crocodiles and he runs to the crocodile. And sometimes he rides on the back of the crocodile. And when the crocodile moves, and he laughs, riding on the back of the crocodile. And so in this way, he said that from tomorrow I am not going to go out with. Today, by the mercy of the Lord, our life had been saved, but I am not going to risk my life anymore. But Nityananda Prabhu pleaded, please come, because you are my best companion, best partner. So without you, I would be able to preach that effectively. So then another day, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas went out saw Jagai and Madhai. So Nityananda Prabhu went to Jagai and Madhai. My dear brother, please chant Hare Krishna. And Jagai became so upset. He said, this guy came again to advise me. So the other day you escaped, but today I am going to kill you. So he took the pot that was filled with alcohol. Like those days, alcohol used to be distributed also in clay pots. There was no water bottles for liquor. So they just, Jagai actually took the clay pot that had the liquor and just hit Nityananda Prabhu. The news immediately reached to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so angry that immediately he came and he decided to kill these two miscreants. That they dared to hurt Nityananda Prabhu. So he started to call this Charu. At that time Nityananda Prabhu fell at his feet, said, my Lord, you took a vow that in this age you will not use any weapon. Your weapon will be love. And with the love you are going to kill all the demonic. So in this way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered. So then Nityananda Prabhu told that actually when Jagai was about to hit him, then Madhai actually stopped him. So Nityananda Prabhu was pleased that Madhai tried to protect Nityananda. So he said, okay, I'll be merciful to Madhai, but Jagai I am the king. Only if he makes forgiveness from you, I will forgive. So in the meantime, Jagai fell at Nityananda Prabhu's feet and begged forgiveness. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the mercy. He excused. And as a service to Vaishnava, Jagai and Madhai used to go to the Ganga, and morning till evening they used to assist the Brahmanas who came to take Bhakti. And that place is still there called Madhai's Hut. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to sannyas to cross the Ganga from there. In this way, Jagai and Madhai was delivered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and everybody started to glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, saying that he must be the Supreme Personality of God. Otherwise, who can distribute Krishna fame in this way? And so in this way, Jagai and Madhai were delivered. Another nice thing happened, another important thing happened around that time is the people from the neighborhood, mainly the Brahmanas, were very upset with Mahaprabhu's chanting, because their understanding was that the mantra should not be chanted loudly. And this is Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the mantra. And mantra must be kept as a secret. But here instead of keeping the mantra as a secret, they are chanting the mantra loudly, so loudly throughout the night that we can't sleep at night. So they went and reported to the Qazi, the magistrate. Of those days, Bengal was under the Muslim rule. So Muslim Nawab Hussain Shah was ruling over Bengal, and the Qazi, the magistrate of Navadvip area, teacher, Hussain Shah's teacher. And his name was Charu. So they reported to this to the Qazi, Charu. So after upon receiving that, and he came to Shivash Thakur's house. And in an angry mood, picked up the mridanga that devotee was playing with the kirtan, and he broke the mridanga. And he tried to punish them in various ways, and he announced that from now on, if anybody practices this process, I will convert him into a Muslim. So being warned in this way, everyone stopped chanting. The news reached Caitanya that Qazi has ordered that in his area, no one will be able to chant the holy name of the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry like a blazing fire when he heard that. And he said, whoever dares to stop the chanting the holy name of the Lord. He said, this Qazi, no matter whether it's a Qazi or a Pazi, no one has the right to go against the will of the Lord. The will of the Lord is that in this age the Jugal Dharma is the chanting of the Lord. He said, okay, so everyone come this evening with a torch in hand, mashal. And we will go to Qazi's house in protest. So, in the evening, millions of people gathered there. They were surprised. They didn't know that Navadvip had so true. Navadvip was a big city at that time. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called, devotees came not only from Navadvip, devotees came from all 14 planetary systems. They were just these guys in a certain way. Even the demigods came participating in this Sankirtan protest. So at night they moved. It was such a beautiful sight. The millions of people carrying torch and walking towards Qazi's house. And the mob, you know what happens when people get together? They become frenzied. They become one. So they started to shout, kill the Qazi. This and seeing them coming like that, shouting in one hand and kirtan at the same time, all Qazi's guards and soldiers, they ran away from there. And so they broke the door. They locked the door and locked the gate. But there were so many people, they just broke the gate, went into the garden of Qazi. He had a beautiful flower garden. They destroyed the whole flower. Then they came into Qazi's house. But Charu became so afraid that he ran into the inside of the house and he locked up the door and he was hiding. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu announced when he went there that, look, we have come to your house as a guest. And what kind of reception you are giving? What kind of reception this is? The guest has come, instead of receiving him, you are just hiding inside. So come out, and let's have a dialogue. And then Charu came out. And Charu had a very nice dialogue with Chaitanya. Charu addressed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his nephew. And he said, Sachimata and him came from the same village. So in the village relationship, they are brothers and sisters. They are brother and sister. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the son of Sachimata. He was his nephew. Now, but there is another perspective of this thing. That perspective is, who is Chatkazi who was Chatkazi in Krishna's pastime? He was Kamsa. And Kamsa was Krishna's uncle. So therefore, in this pastimes, he was addressing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his nephew. And he said that yes, nephew sometimes can get upset with uncle. So he have become upset, there is no harm. But what's the point in making such a violent demonstration? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised some questions to him about cow keeping. That the cow gives food. The milk, everyone actually is brought up with the cow's milk. Therefore, a cow is like a mother. So why are you keeping the cow? So in this way, he raised some points to Chatkazi, and Chatkazi accepted that these activities are not really bona fide. And then Chatkazi, after this discussion, he became a devotee. Chatkazi became a devotee of Krishna, and he accepted the Sankirtan movement, and he also made law in the family. He gave an instruction that from now on, no one from his family will oppose to the Sankirtan movement. If anybody does, he is going to banish him from the family. And Chatkazi's followers also, his family members also, in this way became affected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. And Chatkazi's family members, Chatkazi's descendants are still there in India. So this way we can see that how real Mahaprabhu's pastime. And Chatkazi's family members, although they are Muslim, they devote to the Krishna. They are vegetarians. They are not Vegetarians. So there we have a very nice relationship with these members of the family. So in this way, Chatkazi was chastised by Chaitanya for his misdeed. One day, Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu one morning came to Shiva's Thakur's house. Shiva's Thakur at that time was worshipping a deity. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told him, Shiva, whom are you worshipping? So the one we are worshipping, see it right in front of you. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down on the altar. Nityananda Prabhu instructed, bring the water from the Ganges to do the abhishek of Chaitanya. And then they brought hundreds of water pots full of water, bathed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, dressed him up. So devotees as the Supreme Personality of God. He is the Supreme Personality of God. But actually he is. Although he is performing his pastime as a human child, but actually he is the Lord himself. And then after this Abhishek and worship and everything, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of the Supreme Personality of God, started communicating with him. Told Shivash, you remember your past life? So Shivash started to say, yes, my Lord. I remember that I was a very naughty, very arrogant and very degraded person in the age of Kali. At the beginning of the Kali, at the beginning of my life, and due to the influence of Kali, I was very, very simple. And when I was in this way, 16 years went by. Then one day, I had a dream. I saw one Brahmana. He told me that I have only 1 year left. So I became very worried upon hearing, seeing the dream. That morning dream comes true, and I took it for granted that I was going to die in 1 year's time. So I started to consider now that I'm going to die, what should I do? Of course, I became very serious about my life, but what to do now with my life? So at that time, I came across this verse, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam, so I took that instruction seriously and I started to chant the holy name. So everyone was very surprised with my behavior. But I realized that this is the best way to perfect my existence. And then, when the time came, I fainted. And then I saw one person on the ground and revived me from my unconsciousness. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told me, do you know who that person was who appeared to you in your dream in this way? Although it happened a long time ago and nobody knew it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forecasted it. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Gangadas one day, Gangadas, do you remember? One day you got the news that the Muslims are coming to convert you. Upon receiving that news, you immediately ran away with your family because you knew that the Muslims will come and they will molest the women in front of your eyes. And so they will force you to convert. So you came to the bank of the Ganges, knowing that the Muslims were just coming. And when you came to the bank of the Ganges, you found that there was no boat. It was already night, and there was no boat on the bank of the Ganges. And you knew that when the Muslims would come and would find that there was nobody at home, you left home, they would naturally come to the river, knowing well that you were going to escape. So seeing that there was no boat, you were so heartbroken with your whole family, with women and children. Now you are just going to be caught by the Muslims and tortured to death. At that time you spotted called out to the boatman, please come and take us across. And the boatman immediately came and took you across the river. Do you know who that boatman was? Do you know who that boatman was? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Then he told Haridas Thakur, Haridas, do you remember that when the Muslim Nawab arrested you, the Muslim Qazi reported to the Nawab and arrested you and took you to the Nawab, reporting, accusing that you being a Muslim, you are practicing the ways of the Hindus. And the Nawab then he tried to make you understand that it is so exalted to be born in a Muslim family. So in spite of getting this wonderful opportunity, why are you practicing the ways of the Hafiz? And when you declined, he actually asked you not to chant the Holy Name, because this is the way of the Hindus. Then you told the Nawab that look, I can't keep chanting the Holy Name. Even if my body is shredded into pieces, still I can't be. Then the Nawab ordered, okay, and beat him in 22 market places of the king. So the Jallads, the executioners, took you there to kill you by beating in marketplaces. But you just kept on chanting, you didn't stop chanting. Because you didn't feel any pain of such beating. And you know who took the beating at that time? That was inflicted on you. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his back with the mark of the whips. So in this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started to tell his devotees different incidents that took place long time ago. In this way, the Lord showed how he protects his devotees and how he takes care of them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Now let's go and have the darshan of